The Nicomachean Ethics of Aristotle.
Read and presented by George Pitropagianakis.
Book 4, Chapter 3.
Next in order would seem to come a dissertation on magnificence. This being thought to be, like liberality, a virtue having for its object matter wealth. But it does not, like that, extend to all transactions in respect of wealth, but only applies to such as are expensive, and in these circumstances it exceeds liberality in respect of magnitude, because it is what the very name in Greek hints at, fitting expense on a large scale. This term is, of course, relative. I mean, the expenditure of equipping and commanding a trireme is not the same as that of giving a public spectacle. Fitting, of course, also is relative to the individual, and the matter wherein and upon which he has to spend. And a man is not denominated magnificent for spending as he should do in small or ordinary things, as for instance, oft to the wandering beggar did I give, but for doing so in great matters. That is to say, the magnificent man is liberal, but the liberal is not thereby magnificent. The falling short of such a state is called meanness, the exceeding it vulgar, profusion, want of taste, and so on, which are faulty, not because they are on an excessive scale in respect of right objects, but because they show off in improper objects and in improper manner. Of this we will speak presently. The magnificent man is like a man of skill, because he can see what is fitting and can spend largely in good taste. For, as we said at the commencement, the confirmed habit is determined by the separate acts of working and by its object matter. Well, the expenses of the magnificent man are great and fitting. Such also are his works, because this secures the expenditure being not great merely, but befitting the work. So, then the work is to be proportionate to the expense, and this again to the work, or even above it, and the magnificent man will incur such expenses from the motive of honor, this being common to all the virtues, and besides, he will do it with pleasure and lavishly, excessive accuracy in calculation being mean. He will consider also how a thing may be done most beautifully and fittingly, rather than for how much it may be done, and how at the least expense. So, the magnificent man must be also a liberal man, because the liberal man will also spend what he ought, and in right manner. But it is the great, that is to say, the large scale, which is distinctive of the magnificent man, the object matter of liberality being the same, and without spending more money than another man, he will make the work more magnificent. I mean, the excellence of a possession and of a work is not the same. As a piece of property, that thing is most valuable which is worth most, gold, for instance. But as a work, that which is great and beautiful, because the contemplation of such an object is admirable, and so is that which is magnificent. So, the excellence of a work is magnificence on a large scale. there are cases of expenditure which we call honorable, such as our dedicatory offerings to the gods and the furnishing their temples and sacrifices, and in like manner everything that has reference to the deity, and all such public matters as are objects of honorable ambition, as when men think in any case that it is their duty to furnish a chorus for the stage splendidly, or fit out and maintain a trireme, or give a general public feast. Now, in all this, as has been already stated, respect is had also to the rank and the means of the man who is doing them, because they should be proportionate to these, and befit not the work only, but also the doer of the work. For this reason, a poor man cannot be a magnificent man, since he has not means wherewith to spend largely and yet becomingly. And if he attempts it, he is a fool, inasmuch as it is out of proportion and contrary to propriety, whereas to be in accordance with virtue, a thing must be done rightly. Such expenditure is fitting, moreover, for those to whom such things previously belong either through themselves or through their ancestors, or people with whom they are connected, and to the high-born, or people of high repute, and so on, because all these things imply greatness and reputation. So, then, the magnificent man is pretty much as I have described him, and magnificence consists in such expenditures, because they are the greatest and most honorable, and of private ones, such as come but once, for all marriage to wit, and things of that kind, and any occasion which engages the interest of the community in general, or of those who are in power, and what concerns receiving and dispatching strangers, and gifts, and repaying gifts, because the magnificent man is not apt to spend upon himself, but on the public good, and gifts are pretty much in the same case as dedicatory offerings. It is characteristic also of the magnificent man to furnish his house suitably to his wealth, for this also in a way reflects credit, and again to spend rather upon such works as are of long duration, this being most honorable, and again propriety in each case, because the same things are not suitable to gods and men, nor in a temple and a tomb. And again, in the case of expenditures, each must be great of its kind, and great expense on a great object is most magnificent. That is, in any case, what is great in these particular things? There is a difference too between greatness of a work and greatness of expenditure. For instance, a very beautiful bowl or cup is magnificent as a present to a child, while the price of it is small and almost mean. Therefore, it is characteristic of the magnificent man to do magnificently whatever he is about, for whatever is of this kind cannot be easily surpassed, and bears a proper proportion to the expenditure. Such then is the magnificent man, the man who is in the state of excess, called one of vulgar profusion, is in excess because he spends improperly, as has been said, I mean, in cases requiring small expenditure, he lavishes much and shows off out of taste, giving his club a feast fit for a wedding party, or, if he has to, furnish a chorus for a comedy, giving the actors purple to wear in the first scene, as did the Megarians. And all such things he will do, not with a view to that which is really honorable, but to display his wealth, and because he thinks he shall be admired for these things. And he will spend little where he ought to spend much, and much where he should spend little. The mean man will be deficient in every case, and even where he has spent the most, he will spoil the whole effect for want of some trifle. He is procrastinating in all he does, and contrives how he may spend the least, and does even that with lamentations about the expense, and thinking that he does all things on a greater scale than he ought. Of course, both these states are faulty, but they do not involve disgrace, because they are neither hurtful to others nor very unseemly.